Okay, the last 3D shapes we need to talk about are pyramids and cones. We're mainly going to focus on square-based pyramids, where the bottom of this pyramid is actually a perfect square. For the surface area, you have 1/2, that's cursive L, LP plus B. L stands for lateral, well, not lateral, sorry, slant height. It would be easier to remember if it was something that started with an L, but it's slant height on the lateral face of the shape. P stands for perimeter of the base. Which is supposed to be a square, so it's all the way around. Capital B stands for area of the base. To find the volume, we do 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Ugh. Notice here we have slant height on the outside and height on the inside. Surface area is on the outside, volume's on the inside. So when I look at this lovely, beautiful square pyramid, the area of the base is 12 times 12. It's 144. The L, the slant height, is 10. It's on the outside. The perimeter of the base is 12 times 4, or 48. And the height of the pyramid is 8. So surface area, again, is 1/2 LP plus B. 1/2 times the slant height times the perimeter plus the area of the base. So 1/2 times that slant height times the perimeter gives me 240. And when I add the area of the base, I get 384 units squared. I don't know whether these are inches or not. Volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. You can also think about this as multiply the area of the base times the height and then divide by 3. When I do that, I get, let's see, 144 times 8 divided by 3. I also get 384 for this one. That's weird. But this is units cubed. Let's try another one. The area of the base here is 30 times 30. 900. The slant height is 17. The perimeter of the base is 4 times 30, which is 120. And the height of the pyramid is still 8. Surface area is 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter plus the area of the base. So 1/2 times the slant height times the perimeter gives me 1020. When I add the 900 on, I get 1920 units squared. Volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So I can do area of the base times the height divided by 3, and I get 2,400 units cubed. So again, try these. This time there's only 2 shapes, but each one needs you to find surface area and volume, and then come back, unpause the video when you're ready to check, okay? Okay. This first one has an area of the base of 121, a slant height of 13.2, which, hint, is the hypotenuse of a right triangle that goes to the center of this square. The perimeter of the base is 44, and the height of this this square pyramid is 12. That means the surface area should be 150.04, and the volume should be 484. Here, the area of the base was 324, the slant height was 17, the perimeter was 72, and the height was 15. So then your surface area should have been 936, and your volume should have been 1,620. So that brings us to some word problems. This is a net of not a rectangular pyramid, sorry, a square pyramid. If it was folded up, we would have the base and the four triangles folded up, those flaps folded up. This 14 is the slant height because this is on the outside. Again, the surface area formula is 1/2 LP plus B. Here, the area of the base is 9, because it's a 3x3 square. L is 14, and the perimeter is 3 times 4, because it's a square. It's 12 for the perimeter. So the surface area, the amount of cardboard needed, would be 1/2 times 14 times 12 plus 9. Let's see, 1/2 times 14 times 12 is 84. And 84 plus 9 gives us 93 inches squared as our final answer. Here's a tricky one. Here we have the volume of a square base pyramid is 1,176 cubic inches. The height is 18. And we need to find the area of the base. Okay, so we are going to work backwards from volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. We know the volume is 1,176, and we know the height, so we're going to say 1/3 the area of the base times 18. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this times 18. I'm going to divide by 18. Now, it's not an amazing number. Like, I don't want to divide 1,176 by 18, but I have a calculator. Oof. And I get 65 1/3, which is not super fun. But I can multiply by 3 to make that even better, because getting rid of times 1/3, if you multiply by 3, all that's left is B. If I multiply by 3, I get 196. That's the area of the base of the pyramid. Oh, and that's in square inches. Inches squared. So let's look at some cones. Cones, this diagram very clearly shows that the slant height, which that's still, L is still slant height, is the hypotenuse. It's very much like a pyramid. The volume formula is very similar. Volume is still 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The area of the base here is a circle. R is the radius. H is the height of the cone. And pi is about 3.14. That's a good number to use. Then you don't have to worry about rounding. So, if we look at this beautiful picture, I've got all these nice things labeled. R is 8. The slant height is 17. Slant height is used if I'm missing the height or if I'm trying to find surface area, but here I'm only trying to find volume. Pi, again, is 3.14, and the height of this cone is 15. So for volume, I'm just doing 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Pi times the radius squared, 8 squared, times the height. If you show this and then use your calculator, that's okay. I'm going to show a little bit of extra here. If you want, before you go running to the calculator, you can get this to be, okay, 8 squared I know is 64. 1/3 times 15 is 5. So I could write less in the calculator by doing a 3.14 times 64 times 5. That will give me the volume of this cone. 3.14 times 64 times 5. Oh, I get 1004.8. 1004.8 units cubed. Here we have a beautifully labeled picture, but we have the diameter is 12. That makes the radius 6. The slant height is on the outside, it's 10. The inside height is 8, and pi is still about 3.14. So we've got 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height, which is the same thing as saying 1/3 times pi times 36 times 8. And again, I can make this simpler before I type it in the calculator. You could just type the first row as is. Writing that down would be showing your work. Oops. Let's show you that if you multiply 1/3 times 36, you can just type in 3.14 times 12 times 8 to get your answer. 3.14 times 12 times 8. And get 301.44 units cubed. So again, try these two and see what you get. Pause the video and come back when you're ready to check. Okay, check the first one. If you double check it, 1/3 pi r squared, 1/3 pi r squared should give you 37.68 units cubed. And for the second one, you should get 4,710 units cubed. Go ahead and pause if you're not sure how I got there. Okay, and the very last page has working backwards a little bit for one question, but if you had an ice cream cone with a radius of 2 inches and a height of 5 inches, how many cubic inches of melted ice cream would fill the cone? So not this top part, just inside the cone. That would be 1/3 times 3.14 times that radius squared, 2 squared, times 5. This one's going to come out not necessarily to be the best decimal, but it's okay. Comes out to be about 20.9 inches cubed. I rounded to the nearest tenth. Here's the one where you have to work backwards. You have the volume, you have the radius, and you're working backwards for the height. Volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. So 565.2 equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 6 squared times h. I'm going to multiply by 3 first to get rid of the 1/3. 3 times 565.2 is 1,695.6. So now I have 3.14 times 36h on the other side. I'm going to divide by 36 because I think that might be nice-ish. And I get, oh, actually, that's not bad. 47.1. And then the very last part for me, I'm going to divide by 3.14. You could have done these 3 steps in any order. I just thought, excuse me, I just thought it would be nice in that order. Ooh, the height comes out to be 15 inches. It came out nice.